Hey everyone, I wanted to talk and demonstrate to you the Weaver's Spitshading set for Procreate. Essentially this set is digital watercolour / spitshading, which is a Thai term for painting flash. Now I'm going to show you everything that's included in the set, which you can buy from either Etsy or ProcreateTattooBrushes.com, which I can link in the video description. Need to download this from Dropbox, which is where I store the files for this. And once you've opened the files, you'll notice there will be 12 interactive watercolor papers and also the brush files that you'll need to create imagery with. First, duplicate one of the canvases that you choose. For example, I'm going to go for just rough, duplicate, and then select, go inside the file. And for the demonstration of the video, I'm going to go portrait mode. And once you open the layers tab, you'll see inside that there's 4 separate layers. So one for sketching, then the next one will be for colors, shades or lines. You could pretty much only, if you want to, use 2 layers. So you could just have line work and then shade and color on top. I've kind of constructed it like this for ease. Self-explanatory, like the sketch layer, you would, sketch your image, whatever that may be. So yeah, you'll notice there's a paper layer that's locked. So I would just keep that locked, to be honest. You don't really need to worry about that too much. And yeah, for the demonstration of the video, I'm actually just going to paste in some line work that I've already got set up just for speed. So let's just imagine that this is your sketch layer. And we'll also bring the opacity down. So yeah, imagine you've just sketched this and now you want to create some line work, clean line work around it. So you can keep this on the sketch, then go to the lines. And if you want to, you can also bring it down like this if it's easier for you. And yeah, let's open up the brush files. So yeah, Weaver's Spitshading set. Several different kind of options for you to play with here, but for this video I'm going to use the ink pen for line work. So yeah, first of all, just kind of work out your thickness you want. Okay, so you basically just draw like you would any other kind of image. Yep. And just kind of draw it how you want. And you'll also notice that there's a slight kind of texturing, kind of raw looking kind of aesthetic for the imagery. I'm just going to speed up this part of the video of me just drawing the lines. Yeah. I'll also add while I'm doing the lines for this design that this is in no way a replacement for spit shading or actual watercolor in real life. This is just something that I wanted to create because it's nice to have like a rawness, to your designs, and textures. Sometimes it's nice if you want to create prints with this. Yeah, quite fun to play around with as well. Yeah, and some of the brushes in the set are also pressured, so you can create nice kind of tapers. Select an area to work on with the shading. Kind of adjust the size how you see fit for the design you're working on. And like I said before, if you're familiar with Spitshading or even watercolor, it's a kind of similar process here. So you add the black ink down like so, and now we're going to pick a water blender, which I have here. Again, kind of go through and try out kind of each one and see which one suits you more, but for this I'm going to go for this Spitshade water blender and just adjust this to around 5 or 6%, and then you want to drag from the edge the ink like so, and you can keep going back in there and pulling it just this slightly more, and yeah, you can kind of drag this out and again go back into the black until you're happy with the results. Might take a few goes. It's been a while since I've used this myself. This time I'm going to select a different blender for this one. Like I said, you can go back down and bring it up again. Also, adjusting this helps too. Yeah, and now I'm going to show you how to add colour and blend colour as well. So yeah, select the colours layer, make sure it's below the shades, and also the lines should also be above both of these. And if you want, you can already delete the sketch layer. So yeah, go to the colours, select whichever brush you kind of prefer. You can also use a marker if you wanted. Add the colours below. And again, it's very similar to how we shaded the black. Select the blender you want and drag it upwards. So you're happy with the gradient. Might take a few goes to get it right. I will say one thing, it's much harder to kind of blend on small areas like this than it is a large area. Yeah, so now I'm going to add some colour at the top. Don't worry if you got the lines, you can correct it later. You can even be quite messy with this if you want as well, just to get the kind of perfect blend you want. Yeah, I have in here, if you go to eraser and edge clean or eraser, use this, adjust it, and yeah, just kind of erase the errors you've made. Kind of neaten it up a little. And you might be wondering how to add another colour into this one or blend it in. So the best way to do that is to create a new layer below the colours layer or whichever layer you have it on. Select which colour you prefer and you can add it just behind, like so. That's one way of doing it. Another way you could do this is duplicating the lines layer, adding it below. Let's get rid of this, what we did earlier. Selection tool, automatic, drag and drop. And yeah, there you have it. The good thing about this way is you can also go back to the existing colours and refine them further if you wanted to. You can kind of drag this out a little bit more. The reason why I like this selection method is it just kind of speeds things up for yourself. So for example, going to the lines layer again that you've duplicated, and this time I'm going to add a red body for the snake. So again, selection tool, automatic. I'm just going to drop in, select multiple. Yeah, you may have noticed already as well that the colour's showing up much darker on here. That's just to do with the watercolour paper. So what I'd suggest is just kind of selecting the colour and then making it slightly lighter. Yeah, and if you're also struggling to go back to the previous colour, you can take off the paper layer and then use the colour dropper tool to reselect the colour that you previously had. I would suggest not working on the lines layer with colours. Basically when you blend outwards or inwards, it smudges the line work, so the black blends in with the colours. I usually use the lines layers just to select the lines to begin with, and then add a new layer and work from it there. If you're working on a larger scale piece, it's going to be much easier to blend out. The reason why I actually enjoy using this set a lot is it really does imitate quite well to real spit shading or watercolour in real life. And just like actually painting in real life, this also requires a bit more patience. And also, if you feel like it, you can just compress all the layers together. Copy the layer, go back a few times, and so they're unmerged again. And if you feel like it, you can also try how the image looks with another watercolor paper. So this time I've gone for cold pressed, and I'm just gonna paste the image, and as you can see, all the colors have kept. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching the video. I hope this has helped some people who have already bought the set, or if you're interested in buying the set, it's for a reasonable price compared to some of the other ones. And yeah, if you're interested in painting tattoo flash or watercolors, then I think this would be suited for you. That being said, if anyone's also interested who doesn't paint in real life, then feel free to also purchase it.